I think there are around 29 participants.
Yes.
So shall we start, sir, if you are ready?
Yeah, sure, we can.
Okay, fine, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
I'm just putting down my camera to save the bandwidth so that my voice will be more clear. Anna, thank you.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Let me share with my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Sir, I'll just start the meeting and then I'll hand over the session to you, sir.
Sure. Thank you.
Fine. So, good morning to the participants present here. I welcome you all for this session on sharing of real life example of cybercrime and remedies. The faculty for today's session is Sri Prashant Saxena, sir. Sri Prashant Saxena is a engineering graduate from University of Rajasthan. After his studies, he joined Tech Mahindra as IT professional, and afterwards he joined Rajasthan Rajya Vidyut Prashashan Nigam Limited, and he is having more than 14 years of industrial experience. Sir has authored a book on cybersecurity, the fourth dimension in post-COVID world. Sir is responsible for organizations in implementing and modeling of cutting-edge cybersecurity practices of IT and OT systems. Sir is also a member of Institution of Engineers as an associate member. Sir's primary areas of experts include cybersecurity implementation, then ISO 2007 to 27001 implementation and gap analysis using cybersecurity framework, ethic hacking, risk management, incident response, etc., etc. So, with this brief introduction of Sir, I now request our faculty to please carry on with the session. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you so
And
much.
one particular information, um, kindly those who are logging in, please log in with your official name so that we'll be able to identify the participant. And also, please keep yourself muted throughout the meeting. When you have any queries, you can unmute and then you can ask the question. So, thank you all. Please, sir, you can take the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the introduction, and it's my honor to be here on this platform of Coal India Limited to speak on the very important topic of cybersecurity, because what the world we are facing currently. Recently, you have heard that AIMS yesterday faced another cyber attack. Recently, 1 month, 2 months before, one attack is already on AIMS, but yesterday one more cyber attack is on AIMS. So we can see the scenario: the number of attacks are increasing, and the number of frauds are increasing using the cyber crime. So there is a utmost necessity for everyone at a personal level or at the organization level to safeguard himself from the cybercrime, from the cyber criminals. Earlier, if I talk about 5 years or 6 years back, the maximum cybercrime the people are doing is sending you a phishing mail that you have won a prize of 2 crore or 3 crore rupees or something. And when the people click on that link, they are just stealing your personal information. That's it. I have seen around 6 to 7 years before. But now the things are very much changing. Even if you are getting a single WhatsApp link on your WhatsApp or some link on your email, then you can see some background scripts are running, and even you are unknown about that running scripts, and your system got compromised, your mobile got compromised. Even I will be talking about different type of areas in which cybersecurity is going to be a huge concern. So this is very important to see, very important to understand that the ambit of a cyber attack is increasing on a very exponential way. Earlier, the main target of the attackers is to destroy the system. But nowadays they are using the systems to launch additional attacks. Because if I talk about the DDoS attack, although I will be talking in detail in the coming sessions also, in today's session also, but I'm just talking on a very vague level that to execute a DDoS attack, distributed denial of service attack, multiple nodes are required. So they might use your CCTV camera, they might use your Alexa, or they might use your any of the IoT devices that is connected to internet to launch an attack. So this is the way now the cyber crime is turning out its way. So please mute yourself, sir. I'm getting someone's voice. If you have anything to say, just go ahead, sir. Thank you. So we will be talking about more insights onto the cybersecurity. So this is the training roadmap. I would like to say that what exactly the cybersecurity is, what are the definitions, what are the scope, and how we going to see the cybersecurity in the current world. Because I have divided this whole series of sessions into three parts. The first is the personal level cybersecurity. Then I will be talking about the endpoint level cybersecurity. Then I will be talking about the organization level cybersecurity. Because until and unless a person, an employee, is not self motivated to protect himself, he cannot protect an organization. This is my personal experience, and from last 14 years I am working on this field of cybersecurity. So personal security is a major concern if you look to implement cybersecurity on a broader level. Because if I share with you some statistics, around 90% of the cyber attack are just because of the insider mistakes, or some insider intuition. Maybe he is compromised somewhere, maybe he is on some trap, or he is given some money to just insert a pen drive into the network. So there are a lot of things. So the first and most important thing is to understand that how we going to implement on a personal level, and then we will move to the endpoint level, and then to the organization level. So this will be the roadmap. So on your screen, you might be seeing some pictures. In the first picture, as you can see, there is a person who is checking out just email. So this is the regular activity we people are doing. Regularly we are checking our personal email, so regularly we are checking our official email also. So cybersecurity is utmost concern. Some basic principles are there, some basic rules are there, which you need to take care of while you are checking your emails. So we will be talking about each and everything in a very detailed manner, but I am trying to give you a broader vision. I want to widen your horizon, that how cybersecurity can impact us. In the second picture, you can see that there is a WhatsApp group or something, and you are regularly sending and receiving messages on your WhatsApp. So how the cybersecurity can be a concern using any instant messaging services. The third picture, you can see the about the online banking, as you can see, and that regularly we are more dependent onto the online banking. I don't think that any one of us going to the offline banking these days, because most of the things, either it is NEFT or either RTGS or requesting an ATM card, all of the things are just going through the online. So online banking itself is a very risky task, and I've seen that some basic tips are there. If we use that basic tips, like using a virtual keyboard, and just using the privacy settings on. So these are small things. So that is more important to understand that what is the ambit of cybersecurity in the current scenario. Because in the current perspective, if we are able to understand the current usage and the issue that everybody is facing. Is my voice or not audible properly?
Sir, it is audible, sir, but it is very
You
low,
are,
sir.
no, I think he is audible now.
Okay, let me check. Now is it fine?
So can you please keep your microphone closer to your lappy, or
Actually, it's a inbuilt microphone. Let me check. Let me check just for a moment.
We are able to hear you properly, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. So maybe there is some local
Mm.
issues, I think. Okay, no issues. Okay, so I'm talking about online banking. So everybody is using that online banking, and we need to take care of a lot of things while we are doing the banking and all these things. Then you must be heard about this Aadhaar enabled payment system. These are the payment systems introduced by the government of India, and everybody can use their Aadhaar to withdraw the amount or deposit the amount or transfer the amount using the Aadhaar enabled payment system. What this exactly is this system will going to do, we will be talking later on. But these are the things where you can see the cyber security is a big concern. Okay, so let's get deeper into let's dive deeper into this your home automation or something. I want to ask all you people, just mute down and say, these are some devices. Are these devices in your home also? How many people you have that CCTV camera, these Alexa devices, smart bulbs, and smart ACs? How many people use these type of devices at your home?
So we have Alexa in our home.
Okay, so you have Alexa at your home. So have you thought about the cyber security of this device?
Actually, it is connected to our phone also. So we
Yeah.
take care the app application which we are using
Mm-hmm.
to for the Alexa.
Okay.
Anything in detail you want to tell us, sir?
Yeah,
Please
definitely.
proceed.
We will be talking a
Mm.
lot of things. I will be not
Mm,
talking
mm.
directly on to some Alexa device or
Mm,
something.
mm,
I will be
mm,
talking
mm.
on a broader level that how
Okay.
the device MAC address can be used to safeguard your machine, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
how the
It is
device
very
ID.
essential.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm,
So these are the topics I'm going to discuss. So
mm.
today is a like introductory session. I will be talking about more of the things that are on daily use, and I want to make you people aware that how this cyber security can be a big concern, because a lot of the cyber crimes are happening these days. As you can see, there is a photo I have used where an IP camera can be viewed through your mobile phone. So I think most of the people are using these type of functionality at their mobile, and they have CCTV installed at your home or your offices, and you are viewing them remotely. But if I say that these devices are exposed onto the internet, there is a website Shodan. As you can understand, what Google do? Can anybody tell me what exactly Google do? What is the work of Google? What you do from Google? Anybody? Let it be an interactive session. I want everybody's participation in the class, because if I'm going to speak and you going to listen only, then it's not going to be worth it.
Google can track us. Google can see our location also if we uh, on our location on the devices. He can Google can track our history also.
नहीं नहीं ये भी अभी कुछ ज्यादा
What we
है
have searched in through a browser or through a device.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay,
Anything else?
let me clarify more on this. If you want to search
Okay.
a web page, let me give you an example. If you want to search a web page, what do you use? You use Google, because that is a search engine, Google search engine. Okay,
Yes.
so the work of a Google search engine is to search a web page. Okay, so if I say that there is a search engine which can search your devices also. Surprised, huh? There is a dedicated website which is now named as Shodan, and
So
it is used to search the devices. Either it is a IT device, OT device, or a IoT device. So these are the devices which are exposed on Shodan, and maybe your IP camera or Alexa or something is exposed on Shodan. So these are the things we will going to discuss.
Sir,
Yeah,
one
please.
query is there.
Yeah.
If whether browser can search the device if the device location is not on in the device.
Yeah, definitely it can, because that device you are using is assigned with the IP address. Okay,
Okay.
and its identity on the internet is through its IP address.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter that there is some
Whether
location
we have to
function.
on our
Yeah, yeah,
device location or off.
Yeah, because now sometime what happens, that you are using a geo sim, and from that geo sim you are using a hotspot. Okay, so in that case, your mobile operator is having your location, that I am in Jaipur. Okay, so my mobile location will my operator will my location. Okay, not your device, but your operator can give your location. So maybe it is not precise, but as you can see, it is nearby accurate, that it is in this vicinity in Jaipur or something nearby. So this is the way the attackers try to hack you. They need to attack your devices. And most important thing, earlier, as I have also said, that earlier they have a motive to damage your device, to destroy your data, or to exfiltrate your data, to copy your data. But nowadays the scenario is getting really different. From last 1.5 year, 2 years, I am seeing that attackers are using your these small devices like IP camera, Alexa, these smart bulbs, smart ACs, to launch an additional attack. Okay, and how they will going to do, we will see in the coming slides. Okay,
Okay.
so let us define the cybersecurity. So this is a definition from Oxford. So what definition says: the state of being protected against the criminals or unauthorized use of electronic data. Okay, so the definition of cybersecurity is directly talking about the electronic data. It is saying that any type of electronic data that is going to be used by the cyber criminal in an authorized way is the definition is coming under the purview of cybersecurity. Okay, so when we're talking about cybersecurity, it's not about your laptop, your server, even your mobile. So just make it clear, when we are talking about cybersecurity, we are talking on a very holistic way and making our ambit very very large, that any device that can process the electronic data, and you can self judge yourself that how many devices are there in your network which can process the electronic data. Maybe some IP webcam is there, and maybe some your smart bulbs are there, and most of the days you are using that Alexa to control the devices, that Alexa turn off the light, Alexa make that AC temperature to 28 degree. So what we are doing, we are processing the data through electronic way. Okay, we are moving from the analog way of operating the devices to the digital way of operating the devices. So Oxford is very clear about the definition. So let us understand and start this session. What exactly is cybersecurity? So cybersecurity is the body of technology, processes and practices. Okay, so what exactly cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is talking about the technologies, what technologies we are using, the processes, what are the processes that are embedded into the system, and also the practices, because practices are very important. Until unless you have a good practices to work on the system, to operate on the system, to configure the system, you cannot ensure that your system is protected from the cyber attacks. So cybersecurity is the body of technologies, processes and practices designed to protect network. So what is that our task? Our task is to protect network, computer and programs. So if I ask a simple question from everyone, that do you have a network at your home? What do you people say? I need everyone's participation. Don't make yourself mute or busy with your office work. So we get a chance of this 90 minutes to talk on some very prestigious topic. What you will say?
Definitely, we have a network at home, sir.
Okay. What? So can you share what type of network you have?
Oh, or
Yes.
like through
भैया
various service providers like Airtel, Jio, whatever we are using
okay.
through a SIM card.
Mm-hmm. And
And
most of the
if we
people
have
are
an internet connection at home,
yeah,
then we are automatically connected through a network.
through a Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Okay, so this is very much important thing to understand, that we are living in a world where where each and every second we are just surrounded by some network. Okay, if we go to the office, we have some office network, and if we come down to our home, we have some Wi-Fi network, or we have some hotspot devices connected. So in this way, we can see that we have to protect the network. And computers means, as I already said, any device which has a capability, has a capacity to process the data. We need to understand it as a computer. And the third thing we need to protect is program. So program means your operating system, in case of your laptops or your mobiles or your computers, and also the applications that are running onto the systems. And so from what we have to make yourself protect from, we have to protect ourselves from attack, from damage, or from the unauthorized access. So this is the important thing, that what we have to protect, and from where we have to protect, and how we going to protect. So how is technologies, processes, and practices. What we're going to protect is network, computers, and programs. And what is going to be done if an attack happen is damage, unauthorized access, and attack. So in this way, you can see that cybersecurity is a very holistic way to understand the things on a really ground based manner. Because until unless you do not have a core idea of this concept, of this topic by your heart, then it's not that much fruitful to get it implemented onto the system on the ground. So there is a line written in this blue font: internet users are increasing, so security threats are increasing. How you people think it is a right or wrong? What do you people think? Anyone? Do you in principle agree with me or not, that if the
Yes,
internet
yes.
use.
Agreed, sir. Agreed.
Because the thing is that, let me give you a very simple example, that before 10 years there is a very less traffic on the roads, and there are in proportional very less number of accidents are also there. Okay, so just take that same scenario in the digital traffic, where you can see that now the number of transactions are regularly increasing. That's why security threats are increasing. So now again relate that road example. So if you wear a helmet, you will be protected or not? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So in this way, if we talk about cyber security, the three things I have told you to protect yourself. The three things are written in this slide only. Can anybody find that three things, that how you can protect yourself? Very three important things are already written on the slide. I have already told you how to protect yourself. Can anybody? These are technologies, processes, and practices. Okay, so if I talking and comparing to that road example where we are using a helmet to safeguard ourselves, in the same way we can use the technology, processes, and practices to safeguard ourselves in the field of cybersecurity. So these are the three things on which we are going to talk a lot. And for this whole series of lectures, we are be talking on these three things only: technologies, processes, and practices. Some way I will be talking about the good practices, some way I will be talking about some standard processes and the best technologies that we can use. Okay, so let's move forward. So if I talk about the areas, the different areas where the cybersecurity is having a pivot role. The first is, if I talk about the online privacy, because online privacy is a thing that most of the people are using Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and they are sharing their personal videos, photos, and lot of personal stuff. So in that case, you can see that your information is being captured from some hackers or something, and there is a dedicated term nowadays that is called as a social engineering. Has anybody heard about this word, social engineering? Any one of the participant? At least you can say yes or no. Let it be an interactive session. Hello. Am I audible or not?
Yes, we have heard this, but we don't know much about it, sir.
Okay. So let me talk you about something about social engineering. Social engineering is a way by which an attacker will get your personal information which you have shared on the internet. Okay, so how you people going to share your information on the internet? Sometime we have a consent, and sometime information is shared without your consent. So I will be taking both type of example. So let it be a consent example, consensual example, where you are posting your personal information like your birthday, you have bought a new car, that photo onto your
Traveling
Facebook account.
information.
Yeah. So lot of things we are sharing onto the internet on your Facebook, Insta, Twitter. So these are the information that we called is as a consensual information. And sometime what happen, you fill some form. Okay, you fill some form, maybe some registration for electric connection, or some geo mobile connection or something on the internet. So what attackers can do, they can take that data from the vendor and then circulate it to the respective buyers over the dark web or something. So this is the inconsensual, है ना, without your consent. So in the case of consent or without consent, your information is being stolen, and that stolen information is creating a havoc in your life if you are not properly adopting the online privacy. Okay, so this is very important. So this is social engineering. This is a very important term these days, and most of the attacks have a base from the social engineering. Okay, if I say on a personal level, if some person is facing some cyber issue or cyber attack, or even I can say people are having facing a problem that their phone pay is being hacked. They have stolen 30,000 rupees. Some person known to me, he has some person has stolen 8 lakh rupees from his account. So what exactly it is doing? So I am ensuring you that phone pay and these apps are fully not vulnerable. They are adopted security practices. They are having good certifications. But the thing is, why these attacks are happening, why these phishing scams are happening, is all because of us. Because we are not aware about the things, how to do that. We are not updating our mobile applications. We are not updating our operating system on our mobile. So these are the small petty things that we need to take care of if we are talking on to the online privacy. So let us move on to the second point, that is a security padlock. So what exactly security padlock is? When you are using some applications and you need to enter your password or some credit card information, I would say. So in that case, you can use a security padlock where some online virtual keyboards are available. On Windows also we can see online virtual keyboard, and on the online banking platform also you can see on virtual keyboards. So let me show you so that the things will be more clear. So whenever you people are using this onlinesbi.com, is my screen visible, my browser?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first and the foremost thing, you have to ensure that you are not going to do this. Most of the things people, what they do, they go to google.com and they type SBI online banking. Okay. Then based on the results, they click on this. How many people are doing this thing? How many people are doing this thing? Yes or no? At least if you are
Sir,
not
I
doing.
think I think it is a general practice.
Yes, but this practice is a very bad practice, because what attackers can do, attackers can even change your results. Your results that Google is giving, they can change your results. So what we have to do, we have to memorize the domain names of the important
Online
websites.
experience.
Okay, so we have to just hold for a moment. Just hold for. I'm getting an urgent call. Hello, ji. हेलो सर, ट्रेनिंग में था, बताओ। कोई दिक्कत नहीं। हाँ हाँ। Yeah, sorry, sir. So what exactly people are facing that the Google results are still being modified these days, and sometimes you can see na there are some promoted results also, है ना? If I say that let us search online banking, so you can see there are sometimes promoted results also. So what you do not have to use this technique, you do not have to use Google or some any other search engine to search your internet banking especially. Okay, and even I recommend do not and do check your domain name also. So what you have to do, you have to directly type whatever bank you have. Okay, online sbi.com. So you have to memorize your domain names for especially your banking domains. Okay, so in this case my screen is visible na? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what
Yes,
I
yes,
am
it is
yeah.
visible,
So
sir.
what I am telling you. So whenever you are logging in, there is an option of virtual keyboard. Okay, so there is an option of virtual keyboard while you are using your online banking, and this is the RBI mandate to put a virtual keyboard on the login page of every bank. Okay, so whatever bank you are using services, there is an option of online virtual keyboard, and you can use this keyboard to enter your password. So how many people of you are using this online virtual keyboard right now? Yes. Why other participants are silent? Anybody? At least tell you using or not.
I think, sir, very few are using this.
Yeah, very few are using, but this is the issue because
Yes, I am
they
using, but I think
yeah,
very few are
very
using.
few are using. Okay, so what I am going to focus on this thing is there is a malware, which is actually a type of malware. We call it as a keylogger. Okay, so what Keylogger do exactly? Whatever you type from your keyboard, and every keyboard stroke is being recorded by that Keylogger software. Okay, there are a lot of Keylogger software online, as you can see. Let me search. Okay, so there are a lot of softwares which are easily available. So you can see download free Keylogger software for monitoring your PC. Okay, so these type of softwares are very much risky, and anybody can install these type of softwares in your PC or laptop. And whenever you come to your office or to your home, you type using your keyboard your passwords and your username. It is being recorded, and after recording they can send to the person who has installed it. Okay, so this is the way. This website is not opening in my PC because I have been using an advanced antivirus system, and these type of virus websites are actually importing a lot of scripts in your system, so that's why this is blocking. So I would recommend that you must use these online virtual keyboard, and in case you are using some online transactions. Okay, you are entering your credit card password or something, so there is a separate functionality in the Windows where you are using a virtual keyboard.
Keyboard. Virtual keyboard.
Okay, this is we called as an online screen keyboard. Okay, so it might be visible on your screen.
Yes.
Okay, so what you can do is, so whenever you want to write your username or something, you can use. Okay, it will work with as a physical keyboard, but the key logger software will not able to log the keys you pressed on using this virtual keyboard. Okay, so this is a very important thing I want to share with you people, because key loggers are nowadays very easily available, and people can probably install it on your system. So what you can do, if you want to check that whether your keylogger is installed into your system or not, there is an option add and remove program. There is an option add and remove programs in your Windows, where you can see all the installed programs into your system. Okay, all the installed programs into your system, and in this way you can find any application that you have not installed. Because if I say in your laptop, you are the owner of the laptop. I'm getting voice of someone. Sir, kindly mute yourself, sir. Yeah, thank you. So happened actually is, if someone install this anti-mal this keylogger software in your system, so you can check into this installed apps, that if there is any suspicious app into your system or not, and if there, you can remove it. Okay, so this is the way you can find, and there is an option also that uh, sort by date installed. So you can use date install option. So recently what apps are being installed or not. So you can do this thing on a very weekly manner, on a in an interval of 3 days or 4 days, so that you can have a look at what are the unauthorized apps are into your system. Okay, so this is about the security padlock. Anybody have any questions up to this? I can take questions. Anybody? Okay, okay, so let's move forward. There is a voice coming towards us.
Hello.
Yes, yes,
Hello.
yes,
I am from Orient area, PD Mohanda.
yes, sir.
What about that security aspect of Yono app like this? SDFC, other banks also providing app.
Sir, these apps are secure, I would say. Either it is Yono or SDFC, and these good organizations are taking care of. If you want to know more about this, now I have some slides in future series of lectures where I will be talking about a very good platform that we called as a BVigil. BVigil is a platform, and you can use that platform to know the security features of any Android application. Let me tell you here only, because you have asked. So there is a website we called bvigil.com. Just hold for a moment. You can write the domain, sir. BEVIGIL, bvigil.com. Okay, so my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Carry on.
So this is a website, CloudSec BVigil, and this is the world only platform where you can check the issues of cybersecurity on the mobile apps. Okay, so whatever you want to search, you can write on this. So what app you are asking? Which app? SBI Yono. Is it right? Hello.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, SBI, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So you type SBI Yono, and it will show these are the applications. SBI Yono. Let me search. Okay. So these are the applications, and you can see Yono SBI and Yono SBI Lite. So if I talk you, there are two type of applications that SBI is giving. One is a Yono SBI, which has more functionality, and another one is your SBI Yono Lite, which has some less functionality. So there is a thing you can see that there is a security rating given on both the apps. Okay, so security rating is given. So if you can see that security rating is on the scale of 1 to 10, and SBI Yono is getting a security rating of 7.4. Okay, and SBI Yono Lite is getting a security rating of 6.7. So you can understand that out of the both apps, which is more secure? Definitely, which one is more secure? Which one?
Higher rating one.
Higher rating. So we can use this one. Okay. Secondly, if I click on this, you can see a lot of things related to these applications. Okay. So if you want to know more about this application of for this particular SBI Yono app, what you can use, these are giving the summaries like two medium severities are there, in what are the strings, what are the vulnerabilities, and what are the issues that are being detected with these apps. Okay, so you can see. Uh, Also, it is talking about the permissions. So, for how much permission SBI Yono is taking? It is taking total 16 permissions. So, whenever you install any app into your system or your mobile, it is asking for some permissions. Sometime you have seen that some application you are installing, it is asking a permission to write on your file system. Even they want to access your dial pad, they want to access your camera, they want to access your microphone. So you must have a broader view in terms of cyber security, that if a application is of calculator application, let us suppose you are downloading an application as some advanced calculator application from Android, and that application is want to access your camera. So do you think it is a wise access he is asking? What do you people say?
Extra information he actually wants from us.
Hmm. So there is a very old saying that there are no free lunches in the world. Okay, so if somebody is giving you any application free of cost, so what you are giving him in back is your privacy. This is a very important thing I want to state right now, that if somebody is giving you some free applications, basically you are selling your privacy. If I say that most of the, like 97% of the computers in India are running the pirated operating system. Okay, pirated Windows 7, pirated XP, pirated Windows 10, pirated 11, and around 98% of the people are using pirated Office. Maybe it's in the government sector or some private sector, people are using this licensed version, but most of the people are using the pirated versions at your home. Nobody is purchasing these software. So why they are giving, the hackers and attackers will giving these softwares free of cost to you? So basically they are charging against your privacy. So this is a very important thing, and these privacy issues can be checked using these permissions. So let me tell you that this SBI is asking for 16 permissions, and this BVigil is telling that 6 permissions are safe and 10 permissions are risky. So as you can see, there are no dangerous permissions, so we do not have to that much worry. But risky is not an issue, but dangerous is a very big issue. So what we can do is we can search any application, and if there are some permissions which are very much dangerous, so we try to avoid such applications into our mobiles. So I think, sir, your question is being addressed. Sir, I just forgot your name. Sir, is it the thing you want to ask, sir? Sir, kindly unmute yourself. You have asked the question. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir, he is in the area, maybe a network issue is there.
Okay, no issues, no issues. I just want
Hello.
to ensure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You want to
Yes,
say
sir. We got.
something? Okay.
Yes, we got your point.
Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. So this is the very website, a good website. I will be talking about this website when I will be talking about the Android security, because Android security is also a very big major concern. There are a lot of things in the Android security, and in the future coming sessions, I will be talking one day, especially specifically on the Android security. So let's move on to the topic again. We have talked on the online privacy, we have talked on the security padlock, we have talked on the surveillance camera, we have talked on the secure payments. So now antivirus and anti-malware and firewall devices. So can anybody tell what is a firewall? Anybody?
It is a device for shielding the traffic inward and outward
Yes.
for a particular organization and
Mm-hmm.
kind of part.
Good, good, perfect, perfect. So let me give you a very small example to understand the concept of firewall, because all of the people in this session are IT, or some non-IT people are also there.
No, sir, everyone is here, so
Everyone
you
is here.
can,
You
yes,
are.
sir,
So
you
that's
can
why I'm
talk in
taking.
the term of basic.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So let me give you an example. Okay. What example is actually is? What you are seeing on your screen?
Firewall.
A security guard. There is a security
Yes, sir,
guard
yes.
on the screen.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yeah. So what exactly security guard do? Security guard has some functionality. Okay. So what he can do is he ask everyone what is your name, and he write down his address, his name, his mobile number, and his in time, and make him to sign on the register. And when that person come back from the office, he again re-verify that this person is exiting, and he is just get hit sign again, and putting the exit time onto the register. So this is the one function of security guard. Let it getting more deeper onto the functions of security guard. We directed our office security guard to do checking of all the bags people are carrying. Okay, so all the bags people are carrying. So whatever in the bag is, it's being checked. So this is one function of security guard. And when the person coming back from the office or going to the home, again the security guard will check that is he some carrying some office stationery or not, or he is stolen some pen drives or not. I'm just giving an example. So basically this is the task for a security guard. So in the same way, when we are talking about the networks, we correlate that security guard with the firewall. So firewall, what we will do? Firewall will do will it will check the network traffic. Network traffic means traffic. It's all about the IP packets. What is a network? Some infrastructure, and traffic is we called it as the IP packets, the network data that is coming up and down. So the firewall will check each and every network data. It will deep inspect the packet, that what are the protocols it is going to carry, on what protocol it is going to talk, on what open ports it is going to talk. So this is the basic correlation between a firewall and a security guard. And why I put down this example? Because your system, your every system, even your Windows XP machine or your Windows 7, everybody has a Windows Defender and a Windows Firewall. And in the new operating systems of Windows 11, it is a wonderful firewall, and you can use that firewalls to safeguard your system. Okay, so firewall is a very important topic, and antivirus and firewall can safeguard your system very well. Okay, so we will be talking on to the firewall configuration of your system in the coming lecture series, and practical demos will be given. And I wish that if you people able to carry your laptop, or you people are using from your PC, I would like to, if you do these things parallelly, because that then and only you will be getting more benefited. So in the second session onwards, we will be also taking some practical scenarios. Today we are not taking the practical scenarios, because people are from IT and non-IT background, all type of people are there. So we need to build some base for each and every people, so that they have a basic understanding over the topic of cyber security. Okay, so we have talked a little bit about mobile security from the B Vigil, and then the global security shield, that is all about a world wide web and all. Okay, so I must want that you just take 1 minute and see this picture. Okay, so these are the things, these are the activities that is being done on the internet in just 60 seconds. This is in the 2023, that in 1 minute what is happening on the internet you can see. So just take 1 minute and have a deeper understanding on this of this picture, then we will talk. So I'm back. Uh, have everybody seen this picture? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. But the text is little bit hazy, I think.
Okay,
So
okay, okay.
unable to.
So okay, so you might be able to see these symbols like Google and 2.4 million searches. Let I be, and this is YouTube, and it is saying that 6,94,000 videos are being viewed in 1 minute. Okay, sir, kindly mute, sir. Okay, and if I talk about Twitter, this is like 3,47,222 tweets are there, and if I talk about Instagram, 10.4 million viewing minutes are there in just 1 minute, and you can see 3.02 million photos are created using the smartphones, and 2,71,309 iOS and Android apps are downloaded in just 1 minute, and 22,831 visits to ChatGPT in just 1 minute. Okay, so you can see that in just 1 minute how much traffic is being enforced onto the internet, and such a huge amount of traffic is actually inviting lot of threats, because when we are running fast, we are running into a lot of traffic, we just forget some of the security protocols, some of the security rules. So in that case you can understand that just putting down the security mechanism is not enough. You have to understand that security mechanism and configure it to the best possible way. Okay, so this picture is just to show the exact scenario of the internet, that in which world we are living right now. Okay, okay, so let's move forward. What are the threats in the common apps used? So these are some applications I have listed down, and most of the times a general user, because I've already told on my very first slide. So we will be talking about personal security right now. Then we will be talking on to the endpoint security after 2 or 3 sessions, and then we will be talking about the organization security, because building these personal security and endpoint security will automatically help you out in building your organization security, because these things are the vital parts for the organization security. So so what are the common apps in which there are threats? The common apps are like online taxi applications, your education applications, your banking application, shopping application, job portals, your chatting application, traveling and hotel booking application, and online gaming application. So most of the time you can see that these are the major applications in which vulnerability exists, and the attacker exploit that vulnerability to gain and access your systems. So now I have introduced a new word that is called as vulnerability. So anybody can tell me what is vulnerability? Anyone? Just try.
Exposure to threat.
uh, Not exactly exposure to threat. Anyone else? Anybody else?
Sir, vulnerable you are talking about?
Yeah, vulnerable. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing that can hamper your like device or anything information
But
like
what exactly it is? I'm just missing.
it
Your answer is
Is a
good,
weak,
but one word is
it's
missing.
kind of in our
weak.
system. It's kind of if we are having any loophole, so
Yes, yes, yes.
anyone
Perfect.
anyone can access that particular issue
Yes.
or particular part of your information from your
Perfect.
device or your.
Perfect. Now you got perfect. Actually, the weakness of a system is the vulnerability. Okay, you have said loopholes. It's a wonderful, perfect answer. So weakness of a system is a vulnerability. So what is the biggest weakness of your mobile? If I say, if for any Android system, or for any Windows based system, what is the biggest weakness for your system? The biggest weakness is that you have not updated it. Okay, this is the biggest weakness, because when you update, what exactly update? When you update your system, two things happen. Maybe some new features are added or some old features are removed. Okay, So what exactly in update? Maybe some new features are added or some old features are being removed. So why these features are added and why these features are removed? Because sometimes some features are added into update and it is opening some weakness of system to the hackers or attackers. So companies need to withdraw these features, and sometimes they need to add more functionality to your system, for functionality to your applications, to your devices, or either it is a laptop or a mobile or some computer. So these are the important things that putting down the updates onto your system will help you out in updating your system very well. So this is the main thing, and these all the applications, maybe it is education or job portal or a shopping application, they are creating the threats into your organizational environment, into your mobile environment or some Windows based environment. So you need to take care of and update these apps. So how many people have a habit of updating the app on a regular basis? Anybody? How many people are updating their mobile apps or do not want to disclose on this call?
Yeah, sir, we are doing regularly.
Yeah, good. So this is a good habit and this is a very wonderful practice. And those who are not updating, so I request them to get your mobile updated and get your applications updated, because it is very much necessary. Okay, so let us talk about some of the things. I think these things I've already covered when I talking about the online privacy, but let us talk some more deep points into it. So sensitive data exposure. So what is a sensitive data exposure? Sensitive data exposure is one of the most widespread vulnerability. It consists of compromising data that should have been protected. So we have to protect our data, and actually these sensitive data exposure, these points are related to person. Okay, these are not related to your system. Earlier, I will be talked about the vulnerability of a system, that you have not updated your mobile, you have not updated your laptop, but these sensitive data exposure are your personal vulnerability. Okay, because you are also having some weaknesses. If I got some credit card number of your account or your SBI online account ID password, if I have cracked some way, so it can be a vulnerable to you also. So what are the points where we can say that these data are vulnerable? So your passwords are very much vulnerable and they need to be protected. Your credit card numbers are very much vulnerable and they also need to be protected. And the important thing is about the credentials. Credentials are very much important, and you need to take care of that these credentials are being used in a proper manner, so that they cannot be exposed. Okay, then you have a social security number. What is a social security number? Is probably your Aadhaar card number, or probably your Jan Aadhaar number, your PAN card number. So these are very important things, because sometimes there are a lot of frauds are happening in which your Aadhaar number and your PAN card number is used to get some loans from your from some bank without your consent. So I have talked in the very starting that there are some issues where your data is being stolen without your consent. So this is the same case. The things are happening, and your social security number, your health information, your personally identifiable information, other personal information. So these are the things you can see, and these are very sensitive data, and it is recommended that you do not expose these sensitive data to the people over the internet, or even not onto the internet, to your on your offline also. Do not write your passwords and important credentials on some papers or something on your office diaries. If you want to still want to write somewhere, you can use some diary and put it into a lock and key, because that is very important. If your passwords are being stolen, your personal identity, your privacy is being stolen. And also do not use the pirated Windows, pirated Office and pirated softwares, because basically you are giving your privacy to them. If you are not buying the software and using the pirated version of this software, so basically you are giving your privacy. So I recommend that try to change your unpirated softwares and spend some money. They are not too much costly, and definitely anybody can afford it. So just go for it, and don't fall in the trap of this free softwares and all. Okay. So now we will talking about the cyber attacks. What are the cyber attacks and what are the different type of cyber attacks, and how these cyber attacks are happening. So these are the different points we will be talk. Uh, Anybody want to ask any question up to this? Any questions? Anybody? No questions have two points. Maybe everything is understood or nothing is understood. At least you can say yes or no, so that I can move forward.
Yes, sir. Things are easy to understand, I think, so far. So we can
Okay.
move forward.
I'm just taking 1 minute, na? है ना? Just 1 minute, please.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Excuse me, sir. Hello.
Yeah, please.
Sir, in the last slide, you were talking about the usage of PAN card, Aadhaar card, etc. So let me ask you a small doubt, sir. Sir,
Yes,
when you
sir.
are applying for a credit card, when
Yeah.
you are applying for a credit card, they usually ask us our PAN card details and even Aadhaar card details and such things. So is there an issue in giving them those details?
Sir, first and foremost thing is that you give only information to the authorized person. Okay. Nowadays, what is happening
Okay.
is most of the credit card people who are reaching to you and giving you a lot of offers that with this credit card you are getting this smartwatch. Some people are telling you that you will be getting this wireless phone. Is it true or not?
Yeah,
So,
sometimes
so,
it
so,
happens.
so
Yes,
there
yes.
are a lot of offers are going. So first thing we have to understand that no banks is giving these offers. If you reach to the bank and you just ask that is there any offer on the credit card, they will simply deny. Okay, so you have to understand that how these offers are being given to you. If bank are not giving these offers, then how a person who is not even not authorized from the bank side, just ask the ID card of that person, and he is not able to provide
Yeah.
that ID card to you. Why? Because bank has not authorized him to fill up the application form on his behalf. Actually, what is happening? There are DSAs are there, and these DSAs are the agencies who are working on the behalf of bank, and basically they are taking your personal information on the name of credit card. Okay, sometimes they are legitimate, sometimes they are illegitimate. So we had to take a wise decision based on the requirements and from the reference that a person is coming or not. Or it is advised that if you want to apply for a credit card, you can use the online uh, application on the internet of the bank itself, or you can visit the bank itself, the physical bank, so that your system is not being hacked or compromised. Also, if you want to give
Okay,
your
sir.
Aadhaar card, what you can do is there is a separate functionality that Aadhaar is giving right now, that is a masked Aadhaar, in which the first 8 digits are being masked by XXXX, and only the last 4 digits are visible on your Aadhaar card. Okay, and it is also provided with a VID, virtual ID. So these are the things, very small things by which you can um, use so that your online privacy can be safeguarded. Because this is like I will also talking on the credit card based frauds in the future classes. So but it's very good that you have asked at this very moment also, because this point is very relevant right now. So this is very important that the personal information is not to be shared with some unauthorized person. Okay, so this we have
Sir,
to
sir.
take care of.
Okay. So
And
why I asked you is on a daily basis we are getting 2 3 calls asking for
yes, yes,
are you ready to apply for a credit card,
yes,
and
this is a
you just need to give
common.
your PAN card detail only Aadhaar card details, no need of any other information. Just you can do your video KYC and get the credit card within 5 to 10 days. Like that, many calls are coming on a daily basis.
Definitely.
Yes,
So,
sir. Thank you.
yeah, thank you so much for asking this question because this is a very important and relevant thing these days, and everybody is facing such issue. And it's good that you ask the question. I really appreciate people who ask questions because doubts is in everyone's mind, and we must ask our doubts because this is a platform. It is not thing that I am teaching you because sometimes I also learn from you people only. Anna, so thank you very much.
Well,
Yeah. So this is about sensitive data exposure. So now I will be talking on to the cyber attack. So what exactly cyber attack is? Cyber attack is an attempt to disable computer, steal data, or use the breach computer system to launch additional attacks. So cyber criminal can use a variety of method to launch a cyber attack, including malware, phishing, ransomware, man-in-the-middle attack. So we will be talking now a brief idea about these cyber attacks and uh, which is broadly I have classified into the four categories, that is malware, phishing, ransomware, and the man-in-the-middle attack. Okay. So can anybody tell what is a malware? What is a malware? Anybody, any idea what is a malware? Okay, let me break down this word malware into two parts. One is mal plus ware. Okay, you can use mal plus ware. So what mal exactly is? Mal means malicious, and ware means a software or a hardware, any device or any application. So if a software or a hardware is designed to do the malicious activity, it is called as a malware. Okay. So whenever you people are must be knowing about antivirus, you must be knowing about virus. How many people have heard about this word virus? That your computer is infected by virus. How many people have you heard about it? Just tell me. Hello, am I audible or not? Hello, hello,
audible, sir.
audible.
Sir, you are audible, sir.
So is my screen now visible?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is visual, sir.
So you
Visual.
can see there are different type of malwares, and what malware exactly is, as I've already told you, any piece of software or any piece of application which is designed to do the malicious activity. Okay. So these are the type of malwares. The first is a ransomware, and then the another is a spyware. Then we have a adware, then we have a worms, and then we have a trojan, and then we have a botnet. Okay, so have you heard about these words earlier? How many people have you
Some of the
yes, please. Pardon?
some of the words.
Some of. Okay.
Some of the words, sir.
Okay, good. So, so we will be talking about all of these things on very little way because we have the restricted timeline, but we will try to cover each and every part. Let us talk with the first malware, that is a ransomware. So what exactly ransomware is? As you have recently seen on the TV or internet, that AIM's website is got hacked. AIM's all systems got hacked, and some ransomware is in their system. Okay, so what exactly ransomware is? Ransomware, when ransomware attack is there, your system data is being encrypted, and you are not able to use that data. You not able to access that data, and that attacker is asking you some amount, some ransom against it, in the form of bitcoins. Okay, they are asking you the amount in form of bitcoins, and if you give that amount, they will decrypt your data. Okay, and even it is not guaranteed that even if you have paid that amount, they will decrypt your data, because exactly no particular humans are operating these malware these days. Actually bots are there, and they are operating these malwares. So ransomware blackmails you, and it will not steal your data. So you have to understand that ransomware will not steal your data. It will just blackmail you, that give me this amount to get your data back. Okay, understood? So let us talk about spyware. Spyware is exactly where your data is being stolen, and some spywares can access your laptop mics, and can access your cameras, and they have an access to your data. They can steal your data. Okay, and then third types of malware is this adware. Okay, so what exactly in adware is? Just a moment, my battery is getting down. Let me connect my laptop charger. Just a minute. Yes, sir. Sorry to keep you people waiting. Actually, my charger is not there. So we have talked about ransomware. We have talked about spyware, and now we are talking about adware. And adware is a very important thing, because as you can see, when you are accessing the internet or accessing some malware, there are a lot of pop-ups are being opened. Okay, there are a lot of pop-ups are being opened, and what exactly these pop-ups are showing? They are giving you some ads, or they are giving you some offers, and sometimes they are giving you some warnings. What type of offers are there? That you can claim some free Google Drive space, or there is a free lunches and dinners in some resorts or something. So these adverts, what they will do, whenever you click on these adverts, some scripts, some background scripts, some Python scripts are being run on the background, on your system got compromised. So this is one of a type of a malware, that is adware. Then we have worms. These worms are very much risky, because usually they spread across your computer through the USB drives. And everybody is now aware that USB drives are very much risky. Why risky is the reason? Worms, because worms usually resides on these USB drives, and nowadays I have seen that people are having a habit of charging their mobiles through a USB port through the computer only. So this is very much risky, because if some malware is on your computer, it can transfer to your mobile app, or vice versa also. So it is required that do not use these mobile charging through the USB port of your computers, because this can spread the worms, and if your one system is infected, then it can also spread, and spread to the other parts of the network. Okay, so the fourth part is Trojans. Can anybody tell what is Trojan? Have you heard this word Trojan? Anybody? in cybersecurity? Anywhere you have heard this word Trojan? Nowhere? Yes or no? Hello.
No, sir.
Okay. Let me remind with you a very old movie, Troy. How many people have you seen movie Troy? That Egyptians movie. Have you seen that movie Troy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So, if you have seen that movie, there is a scene that two people wear the dress of a horse, and they go inside the palace in the bunch of horses. Have you seen that scene?
So
And
exactly.
when they when they entered inside the palace, they just uncover themselves and convert into human. तो एग्जैक्टली क्या हुआ था उस मूवी में कि वो दो जने थे, उन्होंने अपने आप को ऐसा ड्रेस पहना दिया जिससे वो बिल्कुल घोड़े की तरह दिख रहे थे, और वो घोड़ों की भीड़ के अंदर ही पैलेस के अंदर चले गए। और जैसे ही पैलेस के अंदर पहुंचे, उन्होंने वो घोड़ों की ड्रेस हटाई और अपने चाकू से लोगों को मारने लगे। सो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली दीज ट्रोजन्स आर डूइंग, दे आर trying to show them as a legitimate app. Okay, they are trying to show them as a legitimate app, but they are illegitimate. Okay, so once you install it, they start working and make your system compromise. So just remember this Trojan with that Troy movie scene. Okay, so this is very important. And what are these Trojans right now? I would say that any pirated software is a Trojan. Okay, so in my point of view, every pirated software is a Trojan. And if you are using some pirated Windows or some pirated Office or something, Corel Draw or any Adobe Photoshop, which is a pirated copy, can act as a Trojan. So it is important, and it will sneak malware onto your PC. So this is very much risky. And then we have a botnets. So what exactly botnets are? They will turn your PC into a zombie. So what exactly zombie is? Zombie is something when you cut one zombie bite to another person, he will also become zombie. So in the same way, botnets are there. So if they are on one PC of your network, they can infect all the other PCs, and they will act as per the instructions that is being received by their owners. So these are the different type of malwares. Okay. So any issues, any questions in these malwares? Anyone? I'm just giving you a brief introduction. We will be talking about deeply on the different type of malwares and how exactly they are doing in the future slide. But today is your first session, so I have tried to give you a very broader picture, a broader overview of the things. Okay, so the second thing is phishing. So phishing is very common these days. As you can see, a lot of emails are coming, and the biggest two things are there which is being exploited by the attacker. That is a fear and greed. Okay, fear means a dar, and greed means lalach. So what they are doing is they are giving you some offers that your PAN card is going to expire tonight, so kindly renew it by clicking on this link. Or maybe if you are using some official emails, you might be receiving some emails that your space is going to be finished, so click on this email to reclaim your space. Or your Aadhaar card is being expired, or Aadhaar card is being locked, your virtual ID is not working, kindly click on this link. So these type of links are regularly coming onto your emails, and these are nothing but the phishing emails, and which are trying that if once you got clicked on this link, maybe some script can be run on the back end, or they're trying to steal some information for you. Okay, so let me give you a statistics. Around 60% of the attacks across the globe started from the phishing attack. Okay, so every attack, every six out of 10 attacks are started from a phishing attack, because they do not know your network, they do not know how to intrude into your network. But you are the person, if you are not taking care of the phishing attack, which can be done from the perspective of a user, so it can be very much harmful. And if I talk more onto the phishing attack, it can be further classified into vishing and smishing. Vishing, VISHING, and smishing, SMSHING. So if you are receiving a calls that you got an offer or something, it is more definedly called as vishing. And if you got a SMS for something, some offer, it is called as a smishing. So these are the two types of phishing. And then we have a ransomware. I have already told you ransomware in when we are talking about malware. And the fourth is a man in the middle attack. It is a very important and very nowadays very famous attack. What happening in this? When you are sending your data from your system to your server, maybe you are doing some online payment and you are sending your ID password. So that ID and password, if they are you are not sending over encrypted channel, your website is not HTTPS protected. So it is a probability that your data is being compromised, your data is being copied during the network transmission, and your data is can be changed. So this is the way man in the middle attack happen. In future classes, we will be talking more about the man in the middle attacks. So these are some type of cyber attacks, and we have to take care of the thing that cyber attacks are very much harmful if we are not implementing the proper functionality. So any questions in this cyber attack? So today we have not dived deep into the topic. We are just talking on a very superficial layer, because it's very hard to start the deep dive on a very first day. But definitely after completing this series of lecture, you will be more aware about these sessions. Okay, so let me show you. This is the current scenario of a cyber security incident by industries. Okay, so what are the different industries they have catered? They have accommodation, education, financial, healthcare, information, manufacturing, professional, public, and retails. Okay, so you can see that public, we like Coal India Limited is a public organization. है ना? So you can see the number of attacks. These are the type of attacks. It is a crimeware, cyber espionage, DDoS, stolen assets, miscellaneous error, card skimmers, privilege misuse, point of sale, web application, and others. So these are the type of attacks, type of the ways by which an attacker can enter into a system, and these are the sectors. Okay, so you can see these the higher the blue means the number of attacks are very high. So if you can see for the information related companies, maybe it's some website owners or some data centers, so web application attacks are the most. And in the public sector, cyber espionage is more. Espionage means jasusi, है ना? In Hindi we use as a jasusi. So cyber jasusi is being done, cyber espionage is done by a lot of people. Maybe it is from Pakistan, China, or some other agencies. So these are the attacks metrics. This basically we called as a attack metrics, and you can see that which sector is facing a majority attack from which sector. As you can see that in the public sector there are no card skimmers. Okay, you can see this is a no light blue dot is in this, because the main reason is that in government we do not use credit cards. We are using a different type of payment. But in case of retail, you can see there are a lot of blue dots, because in retail sector most of the people are using the credit cards and all. So in this way, this matrix can be helpful to you to understand the current scenario of cyber security at our organization level. Okay, so let me talk about some recent cyber attacks on the Indian organization. Recently in year 2020, data thieves attacked Prime Minister Narendra Modi's personal website and released personal information on his donors on the dark web in September 2022. What is a dark web? We will be talking in next lecture. But you can see even the Prime Minister's website is also hacked. So you can see the sanctity of this topic, and we have to get it aware. Also in 2020, Dr. Lal Pathlab data is stolen, and in the same year, Big Basket data is stolen. So you can see in year 2020 is the major year in which the cyber attacks are growing, because in the COVID in the post-COVID world, a majority of the things are getting onto the online track, and that's why the espionage and cyber attacks are being increased. Also in May 21, Air India website hacked and around 45 lakh passenger data, which include name, date of birth, contact, passport, credit card information, frequent flyer number is being stolen. So you can see, and recently AIM's cyber attack, you can, and how can you forget? In around 2 months before AIM faced a cyber attack, and yesterday also AIM faced a cyber attack. So regularly, bodies are facing the cyber attack. On an average, in every 8 seconds in India, some of the utility or some of the organization is facing a cyber attack. So in every 8 to 9 seconds, so you can see that your infrastructure is going to be very much strong, and that is going to be strong when you understand the topic, you understand the sanctity of the thing, that how much the cyber security is important. Okay, so these are the major points. Also, what hackers target? So hackers target one of the following weaknesses, where they are targeting vulnerability in your basic software. They are targeting your wrong misconfigurations in your software, human errors. Like if I told you, tell you that if you are not putting down proper passwords onto your system, so this is a very big error, a very big human error. So these are the some point that hacker target, and we need to take care of that. That the system is not being compromised if we analyze that what are the vulnerabilities and what are the misconfigurations we need to take care of. And as I've already told you, exploiting fear and greed of human, when we are talking about the phishing. So in phishing, you can see most of the phishing emails are targeting your fear and greed. And if you are able to control your fear and greed, you definitely will not get trapped into this very issue of phishing. So this is very much important. So this is all from my side for today, for today's lecture, and now it's time for question and answer. So if you have any question and answer, definitely we can talk on that. Mm, yes, so I'm just putting off my presentation. So any questions? So we can take upon. If only anybody has any questions, we can take these questions. Let me take some questions on the chat box. Tarun Vikas Mahapatra is saying, what is DDoS attack? Sir, DDoS attack is something the full form is distributed denial of service attack. And what happening in a DDoS attack? Attacker is trying to communicate with your system on a very repeated manner and sending heavy bytes of packet to your system. So once your system is designed, let us take an example, like you have two hands only. So if somebody is throwing a ball to you, so you can only accommodate two balls at a time. Okay, so you can accommodate only two balls at a time. So and if in case somebody is throwing 10 balls to you, so you cannot accommodate all the balls. So some of the balls will hit you and you got and you got some hurted. So in the same way, every server has a capability of handling the request, and what attackers are doing, they distributed means they are using different computers, different systems to send the signals, send the request to the server, and the server is not capable of handling the request and it got down. So this is a DDoS attack. Understood, Tarunji? Kindly unmute yourself and ask if anything else. Okay, no issues. So I request admin to close the meeting, or they want to say something. If any questions are still there, I'm here to address. Admin.